As you see here on the table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tarantulas, together with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty glass enclosures. That can mean only one thing. And yes, if you were thinking rehouse, that is correct. We are going to rehouse these 5 tarantulas. We have 4 new world tarantulas and we have 1 old world tarantulas. Here I have substrate mixture prepared. I have box with cork barks, random cork barks, and I also have box with these nice wood branches that I collected when I was visiting my father, when I found those centipedes. And also I have leaf litter over there, and that is basically everything that we need. These enclosures already got a background, a cork background. I know that it is not as pretty as the carved background that I used to do, but there is something that I dislike when it comes to that carved background. First thing, it is not complicated, but it takes a lot of effort to make. And the second thing is, I will show you. For some reason, a lot of tarantulas started to do this, you see. They are destroying the background and exposing the bare styrofoam down there. You see, that is one enclosure. This was fine, this is fine. Here, a little bit over there in the corner, you see. This one is also fine. This one is just a little bit on top, but that is nothing major. But you see, this one got a lot of styrofoam on the substrate. Also, this one nibbled the corners, you see. Anyhow, that is something that I really dislike. And that is the main reason why I started using these cork bark boards. And there is also a third benefit, a hidden benefit, you can say that. Since they are really slim, you see only like half a centimeter and less, there is more space inside, because I used to use styrofoam that is like this thick, and that takes space in the enclosure. This way there is more space for tarantula to spread around. So 3 benefits when it comes to this background. But for special enclosures, for more prettier enclosures, I still plan to use those carved backgrounds. I have some other ideas that I'm going to implement. I like this background. This is something that I used to be doing, you see. This thing, that is just the dirt, nothing else. But it is holding really well, because these are one of my older glass enclosures. And that dirt on the background is still holding fine, you see. Also here on the background I have that same thing, just dried up dirt, and it is holding perfectly. So I definitely want to make some enclosures with that dirt also, with that background I mean. That is something that I'm going to do for next batch of enclosure. This way I also have a wide variety of backgrounds. Not all the backgrounds are the same because of that. Regardless, I can now start dumping substrate inside, and as always, it is the mixture of cocoa fiber, peat moss, potting soil, and a little bit of sand. That is my main thing now. Some nice cork bark. Actually, since I'm just rehousing them from their enclosure and they are still not too big for this plastic box, I'm rehousing them in these enclosures because they are prettier. I can just reuse their hides, right? Yeah, there is definitely no reason not to do that. I could also reuse the substrate. That is also the thing. So this is the first tarantula. Even though she doesn't look like that now, she's really pretty, trust me. This is pamphobeteus species mascara, and yeah. I will also add this rock for the better appearance. And these brand new branches, they look really cool. Now some leaf litter and sand for the texture. Bim bam boom. Pum 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 pum. Ta-da! First enclosure done. Now to get this grumpy tarantula outside. This pamphobeteus species can be really fun to rehouse, because you see they do this. They spread around and start moving weirdly with their booty in the air. Yeah. Go, go, go. You can just continue up. I'm gonna help you. There we go. Oh, check out that pretty booty. Almost like the next one that we are going to rehouse. But this one is really, really sweet looking. But you see how her legs are spread weirdly, and that was a double hair kicking with both legs. Can you show us that once again? No? Oh, okay. But sweet, much prettier looking enclosure than this. Absolutely, regardless of how plain looking the background is, it is still nice. Really good. Now you can take a chill pill and relax inside, because your time is done. I'm not going to bother you anymore. Just gonna drop her off and jump to the next tarantula. I mean, we are jumping in next enclosure setup. I mean, setting up the next enclosure. Oof, getting the dirt everywhere. It is not easy to navigate your hand when you are looking through the viewfinder on the camera. That is the downside. I'm also going to take her cork bark because it is big enough for her. And this is davus pentaloris, if you are wondering. A pretty female with a really rather unique looking patterns on the abdomen, you see? Mostly because of this stripe having like a dot in the middle, you see? Pretty. And also when you are looking kind of better, you see that the legs got a little bit of dark blue or purplish tint. Never seen that. But I need to take her cork bark, so sorry girl. I also took a lot of her webbing, but it is a good thing because the enclosure will be more familiar to her that way. I already see that I will spend these branches really quickly, but they are so good looking. They fit the enclosure so good. You see, I used another rock and also the branches over there. Now let's get her in. Oh, she's also spreading her legs wildly. There we go. No, wrong side. Oh, what are you doing? Now go down. Yes. Tiny hair kicking. There we go. Oh, looking good. Looking sweet, right? Oh, such a cool sight. Yeah, just go explore your new enclosure, new old, because you have the same height. But even though you are basically blind, I'm pretty sure that you can feel that it is much prettier and more spacious. More spacious indeed. I'm gonna put her on her spot and then we are going to jump to one African tarantula. As I said, this will be the only African tarantula, the only non-New World tarantula in this video. And since it is a heavy webber, you can see that from her enclosure. You see that she kind of webbed a lot, even though she didn't have great opportunity to do that. Therefore, I will give her a lot of anchoring points in her new enclosure, so she can web the entire enclosure. And if you're wondering, this is the harpactira marksi. I kind of got her recently, relatively recently, but I assume that you are familiar with it. And quite indeed, these are almost the last wood branches. You see, I only have these bigger ones. I used almost all smaller ones. I had to bring more, damn. Although in a month and a half I'm going to... careful. Oof, everything is connected. How can I take this from her? Maybe I should just cup her and then I will have easier time navigating her enclosure. Yeah, that's the idea. Now I can just pluck it from the enclosure, you see. I just placed it loosely on the back, you see, and also I added this branch and that's it. Now we can get the tarantula inside. And maybe it will be even easier if I use this tactic. Yeah, just go inside and then everything is coming together. It fell. Now I can just put that here, take the poking stick and get her inside. If you compare this to the last African tarantula rehouse, the harpactira pulchripes, you see that this one is much chiller, but maybe she's in a pre-mold and that's the reason. Anyhow, this is the enclosure. I hope you like it, the tarantula, and also I hope that you like it. It will be fun to see if she will web it up quickly or if she will take her sweet time. I'm going to show you how Harpactira pulchripes webbed her enclosure. I mean, what she did to her enclosure, just as I put this enclosure right beside her. You see, I placed her here together with other African tarantulas, and this is the Harpactira pulchripes enclosure. You see, she webbed up extensively. You see, all other African tarantulas, they are all webbing a lot. Ceratogyrus darlingi webbed up a lot. These are the Pterinochirus, Murinus, This is the... what is her name? I cannot remember. But this Pterinohelus, the one with big booty. We fed her recently, so yeah, you might remember. Anyhow, in few weeks you can expect this enclosure to look the same. Just like all of these. These last two tarantulas are the least exciting. Therefore, I'm going to set up their enclosures simultaneously. One is brachypelma hamorii and the other one is nhandu chromatus. Yeah, this left one will be for nhandu and this right one will be for brachypelma. Let's poke her first. I can actually do something like this to make this a little bit easier. Come on. Don't resist, you will be rewarded greatly. Come on. No, 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 don't go up. Why are you stopping? Okay, there you go. Isn't this just so much better? And what is that on top of your carapace? I think it is a cocoa fiber part. Alright, before she goes outside, I will close it. Although she cannot really climb well. You see, she's just sliding down. Anyhow, enjoy! If I was a tarantula, I would enjoy it for sure. Also, I didn't mention this is a male, a juvenile male. While this one, I think that it is a female, but honestly, I'm not really sure. The tarantula is definitely big enough to be sexed, but I never bothered to do that. I already have one female that is slightly bigger, so I don't really care if these are females or males. I'm just going to see once it matures. It will be a surprise, I guess. Okay, there we go. Now you can also enjoy a new enclosure. Great. Which one is better? I kind of like that one more because it got rock. But this one got wood pieces. I don't know. It is not really that important. I'm gonna take them over there. Unfortunately, I still didn't connect light on this shelf, but you can still see it. 27 terrestrial enclosures in total right here. Even though we have huntsman spiders that are technically arboreal here, and also I have pamphobeteus tarantulas in these enclosures. This one is actually outside. And it is doing something weird. So yeah, despite this being a terrestrial enclosure, you can still house smaller arboreals inside, juvenile arboreals, if you put less substrate. Yeah, there is more than enough space for them to walk around on the glass. Anyhow, you know, this is the harpactira marksi that we rehoused. These are new enclosures. This one, and yeah, that's it. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty cool. Everything is getting filled up nicely, and I already know which tarantula I will put in these 9 terrestrial enclosures. They are mostly here and over there. And here is Felix trying to reach me. Felix, say hi to the subscribers, to people watching. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday, so see you again soon. Bye bye.